Hello and welcome to Breathe. This is Life, the podcast with Monica. Today we talk about waning moon and how you can use the waning moon energy for yourself. 5 things you can do for yourself during the waning moon. 5 rituals, beliefs you can release, boundaries you can set, a bath, a smoking cleanse, even a piece of paper you can tear in half. Everything what you can do. And we talk about why does it even matter to know your moon phase? Because the moon isn't just up there. She's a rhythm your body already feels, whether you have been tracking it or not. And once you know where you are in that rhythm, you stop working against yourself. That's what today is about. This week, something in me got triggered more than once. Different situations and from different people. But underneath that exact same program, we're running again and again. And right in the middle of that week, a cleansing ritual landed in my hands, full of ingredients, full of intention, and when I read it through, one line stopped me. This ritual only works during the waning moon. Because the waning moon, she is the one who opens the space, not just to let go of what's old, to actually wash it out. All the beliefs, all the patterns, everything the body has been holding on to, she lets it flush. And that's the moment we are talking about today. We are at the halfway point of the year. And this halfway point works a lot like halftime at the Super Bowl. 15 minutes where you're simply allowed to pause. And that pause, the inner check-in of what gets to stay and what gets to go, fits exactly the energy where we are in right now. And before we go further, I wanted to know there is something waiting for you at the very end of this episode. A short release ritual. One you can do right along with me. So stay with me until the close. And here is something a lot of people ask me. How do I even know if it's a waning moon or a waxing moon? Here is a simple trick. Look at the outer curve of the moon. If you can trace or start to trace a small A along it, it's waning. If it curves the other way, it's waxing. And the waning moon isn't just one night. It's an energy that returns every single month. Mostly, I would say 10 days or so are right there for you to use. And here is the gift of the waning moon. What almost feels impossible to let go of during the waxing moon. She makes it easy. She just lets things slip out of your body, like she's carrying them out the door for you. And here is one practical tip. Maybe you can mark it in your calendar, even a month ahead. The full moon's energy, and it actually starts about 3 days before the full moon and lingers 3 days after. Same with the new moon. 3 days before, 3 days after. So your real waning moon window, the clean stretch that's just here, is usually about 10 days. Right there in the middle where we are, in the here and now. And once you start tracking it, you will notice that is often exactly when old patterns get loud, right on the schedule. And maybe you notice that sometimes, that there is a flow window where everything goes, where everything is easy. And then there is a window where maybe it feels like people are more triggering. People triggers you more than anything else, or more than usual. Now, people triggers you more than usual. Then in the future, look in your calendar. It may be exactly the time of the waning moon. Because if the energy is out that you are able to release those trigger points, they need to be visible. They need to come in your life to be able to recognize them and then to release them. So maybe in the future, if somebody triggers you or a trigger situation comes up not every day, but over and over again, take a look in your calendar and see, is it on waning moon or waxing moon? Because that helps a lot to understand why triggers are coming more often. And here are 5 ways I use the energy and that you can use it too. The first one is releasing beliefs in all patterns. Watch yourself in this phase. Like I said before, you might even notice that waning moon tends to turn the volume up on exactly the beliefs that you are ready to go. If something feels heavy right now, if pressure keeps showing up in your life, or maybe if shortage shows up in your life, that's your signal. Take that belief. Maybe it always has to be hard. Or there is always pressure in my life. Or I have always the feeling of not having enough. Let yourself really feel this pattern, this sentence. Bring up the situations, the feelings connected to it. It doesn't matter whether what comes up is a memory or a sensation in your body. It doesn't matter. Just let it be alive. And then close your eyes. Breathe deeply a few times. And then say to yourself, I feel this. And you mention what you feel. The signal, the trigger point. I once accepted as my truth, but now, as a wonderful being I am, I allow myself to release this belief. I allow lightness to come up. I allow lightness to come in. From now on, it's allowed to be. And then you put in the word, the opposite word. Maybe from pressure, it's easy. Look for the opposite, for the most positive version you want to invite in your life right now. And then you can open your eyes again. And the information is, I release this belief with gratitude. There is another way for me. And from now on, I choose it. And the second ritual is the cleansing rituals. When you have to setting boundaries after a draining day. For the days you came home thinking like, I don't even know who I am right now after everyone I dealt with today. That's exactly what this is for. Maybe you had really a tough day with a lot of people, a day with too many clients, whatever it is. So here is the ritual for these days. Stand up consciously. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. And set your intention out loud or even silent. think or say it as a statement, very clear. I set boundaries here today for myself, for my being, for what is mine. I am who I am. No one enters my space unless I allow it. I give it all back to Mother Earth, what happened today and what is not mine. And then breathe and picture yourself taking off a coat, a pair of pants, something you consciously step out of it. Everything that isn't yours anymore. Everything you picked up from someone else, from someone or from a day, from someone else. And the affirmation for this is, what isn't mine, I hand back. I return to myself exactly as and who I am. And then open your eyes again and breathe. And the third ritual for the waning moon is a wonderful salt bath. For example, Epsom salt is a beautiful companion for release, physically and energetically. Run a bath, and if you can, dip your hair also into the water. That helps to letting go even more. Our hair holds so much energy, more than we even think of. If you want, you can add rosemary, sage, lavender. This is also very nice adding to a releasing bath salt. And whatever you're drawn to, you can drop the herbs, if you want, straight into the water, or if you don't want a tub full of leaves, put them in a filter, in a tea filter, for example, and hand it into the bath instead. Either way, the herbs release their energy into the water around you. And here is the affirmation for the salt bath ritual. With every drop of water, something old dissolves. I rise lighter than I sat down. And here is the number 4 ritual for the waning moon. Smoke cleansing. Maybe you have felt it, carrying something that just isn't you. You can't name it, but it is there. Then use the smoke. Juniper, Palo Santo, frankincense, mugwort, lavender. Any of these work beautifully for release. Place your bowl on the floor, and the simplest thing is just simple stand over it. Let the smoke move through you, through your body, through your energy field. Let it clean you out. And you can do this again after the closing ritual, which coming up at the end of this episode. One more pass, letting everything settle. And the affirmation for the smoke ritual is, I burn away what was never mine to carry. I return to my own energy, clear and whole. And here is the 5th and last ritual for the waning moon, the paper ritual, which is one of my favorite. This one is simple and it's powerful. Take a plain, a white piece of paper and draw on the paper 2 circles. One on the left side and one on the right side, big enough that you can write something in, and connect them with the single line. In the left circle, you write your name in. If you want, you can add your birth date. And in the right circle, you write one thing you are ready to separate from. Just one. This can be a person, a situation, a belief pattern, whatever it is, a feeling. You can describe it, what it feels like, what it's done to you. For example, the recurring thought, a lack that I carry inside me. Or the recurring thought that I'm not enough. Then read it out loud. I, say your name, releasing myself from whatever you wanna, what's in the right circle, that has followed me for so long. And then let yourself feel it while you say it. Let the thought be present. Let the person be present right next to you. Almost like it's standing there as its own being. One last time before it goes. And then take a deep breath and take the paper in both hands and say 3 times. So it happens now. So it happens now. So it happens now. And then tear the paper in half, right between the 2 circles. And the affirmation while you tear it apart is, what I release completely. So it happens now. And especially for this last ritual, there is something to say, because as more often you do it, like for example 1 time a day, but 10 days in a row, it's more intense, it will work. So if you have a belief pattern who won't go, do that every day for the 10 days. And it will be way easier, because your subconsciousness loves repeating. It needs repeating in order to let it happen. And if any of this is landing, if your nerve system has been extra loud these past weeks, that's not random. It's the exact energy we've been talking about all year. I put together something free that helps you understand and gently regulate exactly this. You will find the link below as always. And I would love to know which of these 5 rituals spoke to you most right now. Tell me in the comments. And now, here is the ritual I promised you. The ritual for the waning moon. So sit down, find yourself a comfortable space. Give yourself your own small space just by closing your beautiful eyes and breathing consciously with every deep breath in and out. You arrive in yourself. You create the space. And if you have incense you love, light it now. Juniper is a beautiful cleansing herb. Mugwort too, wonderful for clarity. Sit with it in front of you and then follow my words. I release everything, here and now, that no longer belongs to me. Everything I have carried in my field, in my energy, in my mind, in my soul, in my aura that isn't mine, I release it here. I choose to return to myself, to my fullest, deepest essence, the one I am, the one I have always been. I allow everything that is ready to go. In my own sovereignty, I hand it all back to Mother Earth. And then picture beautiful light coming from above, from the universe. This light moves through you like the layers of an onion from the bright white core of your center outward, through every layer, carrying with it everything that was never truly yours. And then keep saying, it is not mine. It was never mine. In my own responsibility, I hand it all to Mother Earth. I am who I am. And this I gets to be seen, lived, and felt again, exactly as I am. And now, place your hands on your heart. Thank yourself. Give yourself a smile, a real one, a loving one. And when you're ready, open your eyes again. And if you like, take your incense and let the smoke move around you one more time. One last release, carried out on the smoke. That's the waning moon. Roughly 10 days every single month, just waiting for you to use them. I'm Monica. This was Breathe. This is life. If this touched something in you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. A new episode is waiting for you. And don't forget to breathe. Bye.